Drawing of plants and trees. All plants and trees have a definite character as well as expressive characteristics like shape, sizes, and expanse. They are a composite of numerous branches, leaves, flowers, as also visual and tactile textures. They together form a plant or a tree. When looking at a plant or tree, it is not so much about the individual details of its elements as a composite of all. The viewing distance is an important aspect too, whereas leaves and flowers could be viewed at close quarters at an arm's length and studied for drawing. Plants and trees are viewed from a distance of 2 to 4 meters to be able to see them as a whole. So, the study of plants and trees is essentially about their overall size, expanse, shape, and the proportions therein. The details to note are the light and shade as falls on them outdoor, the density of the foliage that you see within the tree and the textures that are there on the stem or bark. Another aspect that you may have become better aware of by now is the negative space around the object. The main tree form, that is the positive space, is what is termed as silhouette of the object. Drawing trees might seem difficult at first, with complex branches and vast number of leaves to be dealt with. However, by first observing the overall form and ignoring small details, trees become much easier to draw. Begin by sketching quickly different types of plants and trees as skeletal silhouettes only in their outline form. If your subject is a small plant, you are possibly closer in your view of it and are able to draw in a lot more detail of the foliage, more definite and complete forms of the stem and the leaves. In case of a tree, you are viewing at some distance in order to have a full view. In this case, look at the foliage. Loosely outline the main clumps of the foliage. This is mainly to position the denser and lesser dense groups of the leaves. Don't worry about the leaf shape, but concentrate on the way they are grouped as branches or flat sprays. It will help you to keep your eyes more on the object than on the pencil or the paper. You could try squinting to reduce details as you look for the forms. Once you have identified the position of the denser foliage, add in the main areas of tones, shading the dark areas and leaving bright areas clear. Note that plants and trees taper gradually from the base of the trunk at the ground level up to the delicate outermost branches. Try to draw this accurately. Most of the times, the branches will seem to disappear among the foliage. So, while drawing stem and branches, draw them loosely yet firmly and trail off the line by lifting the pencil. You are now ready to fill in some details. Depending on the shades and tones that you marked within the outline, demarking the denser foliage. You could add some groups of leaves where the form of the leaf is clear, though not firmly accurate. Simply speaking, it should just be a hint of the leaf form. Similarly, add visual and tactile textures seen on the brighter patches of the trunk and branches. The idea is not to cover the whole surface, but to only add value to the illustration.